Hello everybody, Mechanic back here with more Hearts of Iron 4, The Great War, as we are winning as the Ottoman Empire. We are still in the middle of basically reorganizing and doing a lot of admin stuff in the interwar period here, or at least for us it's the interwar period, as we finished up the conflict with Italy and the Balkan states, and they all died. Well, Italy did not, but here we are. So we have a few objectives for this episode. One is to make sure that we are prioritizing our production increase. And here we go. We just got a free dockyard. But first, back to production. As you can see, we have a glut of infantry equipment. Most of it is level 1. In fact, all of the stuff is level 1 because we confiscated it at the end of the war. So we have lowered our infantry equipment production to one military factory and tried to distribute out those factories to the ones that need them most, such as support equipment, the horse-drawn vehicles, and artillery, which we are, thank God, catching up on. Finally, after the war, we're catching up on it. But we have a free dockyard, and we are going to dedicate that to another destroyer, which means we are now at -8 units of steel, which unfortunately cannot stand. So we are going to have to give up one factory because the priority here is using our military factories to catch up. What we really need most, in addition to organizing our equipment here, is units. We need divisions. We got our unicorns here for the port defense building. We're building 2 of those at a time. There are only 3,000 men and a support company, so they should not take very long to produce. And at the same time, we are producing 2 infantry divisions at once. Also, finally, after the war, of course, we are now building armored car divisions, which aren't going to be the greatest, but we will beef them up as as we're able to, because right now they only have a combat width of 20. They have great soft attack and pretty good hard attack as well for breaking through any fortifications we might encounter. So where I would like to actually focus a lot of our forces on is right here in Russian-controlled Georgia. And the reason for that is this. Check this out, guys. Resource map mode. Look at that oil. All of that could be ours if we take it from them. There's some more oil over here and chromium. That's all good. We're good on chromium because we captured a bunch from the Greeks. As you can see, oh my god, look at that. So yeah, we are not hurting on those resources, but what we do need desperately is oil. We are extracting 6, exporting 5 of it, and if we are to send our navy out, we'll be out of fuel in moments. I mean, seriously, we're not going to get anywhere with that. So I really would like to capture this oil-rich area here, all the way to Baku, hopefully up to Grozny, and hold them at this river. That's what I have planned. Will it work? We don't know. So let's see. We got our training army here. These guys are almost ready to be deployed. Who else do we got? And why are we short on stuff already? How did we become short on steel? Is Russia screwing us? Alright, I'll figure that out in a minute. Here we have, yes, another infantry division ready. So guys, this is my training army. So this is where this will be the first stop for every new unit created, unless they're desperately needed at the front. The Yemen Defense Force, these guys need to train. Look at that. One of them is rookie level. And that probably happened because I modified the divisions. I added 2 support companies to each of our infantry divisions, which lowers the experience. And you know, I might actually have to train across the board, which I really don't want to do. So no, everyone else looks pretty good. Except for this guy. This guy needs to train. Who else needs to train? Yeah, I want to get everybody at least up to level 3 experience. Because, again, you get no modifiers for this, but if they go up to the next level, to level 3, they get a plus 25% combat bonus. Can't beat it. So here we have another 3 dockyards, and that is because, why? Oh, we must have finished training the submarines, or building the submarines, so good. So let's dedicate those 3 here. And yes, we're short on steel again, and I don't understand why. We're getting everything that we ordered, but man, that's... I guess it's because now we're building destroyers instead of subs. So let's carry on. So what I'm doing here is I'm building 2 more civilian factories in Adana, because as we get more military factories, we're going to eat up more resources, and we're going to need those. Pardon me. So that's my plan for the Russian front. Up here in French-held North Africa, again, let's look at the resource map mode. There's 88 steel throughout here. That would solve so much of our problems. So after... here's my vision, overall vision. We are going to take the Caucasus, hold the Russians here. We don't have the manpower to go chasing them all the way through up here, unless, of course, Austria-Hungary managed to push us down here. Then we might link up with them and make some magic happen that way. Obviously, we're going to kick these guys out of here, the British out of Kuwait, and that will free up these divisions. Hopefully to reinforce what will then be mostly our Egypt. Egypt is fairly easy to knock out from what I remember as my German playthrough. They did not last long because the AI was playing very aggressively as Turkey. Yeah, what is this? Okay, this is the training guy. So the training army is actually going to... Let's change that color to something a little more distinct so we know that who's who. All right, excellent. So, what we have been missing kinda is diplomacy. Now, I was warned about Hejaz. Now, Hejaz, they are our puppet state. But that doesn't mean that they can't go a little wonky and be influenced from outside sources. Fortunately, they're very weak, so if they do turn on us, it's not a big deal. These guys, Jabal Shamar. Let's see. We can conquer them eventually, but there is really nothing there besides empty dirt. I mean, they literally have no resources. They have an airport. So I am not concerned about them. So we don't have to improve relations because they're decent right now. Who else? Persia. Persia, I would like to actually improve relations with, just because I am taking a chance by not manning that border. And they could still decide to attack us no matter what. But right now, what we are going to do is become best of buds. We are going to improve relations there. Now, where else? I was thinking about this with Romania. Now, we're not going to be able to necessarily justify a war goal. But these guys are already giving access to Italy. And that means that... Well, the Italians can't really get up there. They can't go by land unless they go through Austria-Hungary. And they can't go through the Straits of Bosphorus here by Constantinople. They can't do it because I own it. Alright, we got some good things happening here. Counteroffensive. What does that do? Division speed plus 5, breakthrough plus 10%. That's huge. Do we want to keep going on this route? What else? Huh. Now, we are in 1913. We're about to be in 1914. It's the 12th of December right now. So what could I do? I was looking at this. The motorized ambulance, which gives division and a recovery rate of plus 0.05. Doesn't seem like a lot, but that's huge. I want that. It's only 60 days. So we are going to do that. And man, I really wish we could get another research slot. Working on that. We can get 2 more research slots through national focuses, which I will show you momentarily. So, we got another unicorn division. We get you into the training army. All right, and we do have one infantry division done. We are still trying to fill out the army of Tripoli, so we're going to send you there. So get packing, buddy. And who else? There was another. We have a unicorn ready. My first order business is to man Crete, because as I discussed in earlier playthroughs, if Crete gets taken, then basically they have easy landing, naval invasion landing all over our great and glorious empire, and I will not have that. So we're going to get them there to entrench. Okay, yeah, low manpower. We know this. We're already all over that. So let's see who else. Now, these guys are going to have to... I'm trying to think. I'm guessing I'm going to make the Coastal Defense Force its very own army. So that's what we're going to do. And it will be obvious by the amount of unicorns in this army what it is. So that'll be Coastal Defense Force. We need to give them a commander. Oh, wow. Why is our level 5 commander not assigned? Now, I'm going to save him for something else. But he does have a lot of modifiers here. Planning speed plus 10. Division defense plus 10. Yeah, he's going to go to our line units. I'm not keeping him tied up there. Oh, wow. We got a lot of really good guys. So let's take a look at that then. Coastal Defense Force is there. Now, we're going to have to start a brand new army group for that, which I'm happy to do. Field Marshal. Yeah, I could promote this guy to Field Marshal. I'm kind of thinking of doing that. But not for this army. For this army group, it's going to be a defense force. That's going to be Army Group Home. So whatever other additional armies get added, it's going to be focused on home. So let's see. Who is this guy? How is he? He is good for our field marshal. I'm happy with that. Now, I would like to get some better generals here. Let's see. What is this guy? General Hassan Tassin Pasha. Yeah, not the best. Really not the best. But he does have... Oh, Desert Fox. And Max Entrenchments. So you know what? That's perfect for the Army of Tripoli. So we're going to leave him be. He should be the Desert Fox because we will be fighting in deserts. Now, what else? Our group Homeland North. Now, where's the Russians? That's what I want. The Russian fronts. So this guy, he's level 3. We're going to replace him with Mahmoud Shevket Pasha. That's who he's going to be. Now, who do we have on the Kuwaiti Defense Force? Okay, level 5. Not bad. So I am going to leave him be. Oh, no, sorry, this guy. Mountaineer, infantry leader, hill fighter. Okay, you know what? That works. Or actually, there's going to be more hills over here rather than the Kuwait Defense Force. What is this guy? He's level 5. That's Mahmoud Shevket Pasha. Does he have the hill fighter trait? He does. Okay. All right, so I get a good feeling that all of our generals are dispersed in the place that they're supposed to be. Okay, getting these guys trained up. Let's see. Yemen Defense Force. All right, that guy, you know what? You can stop training. And I'll just put this unit into the training army. And he won't move because the training army has no orders. So that way we're not taking attrition for no reason from units that are already trained. Okay, starting to come together. Let's have a look at our navy. Airfield expansion. Ooh, I forgot we were doing that. So Antalya, Derna, and Serbia all get one airbase. Right, that's what I was going to show you. The extra research slot. That means we have to come down this tree, the tree that we have been going down, which means that we have to continue on with the airfield expansion. And then we also have to wait until January 1st, which is, oh man, that's only 9 days away. And then for these, we have to wait till 1915. Montenegro gets one infrastructure. Al-Hajara gets one. That is where we need it, but we can't start it just yet. So I am going to actually wait the 9 days without a national focus. Because if you guys remember, Al-Hajara down here, its infrastructure is terrible. Let's have a look. I think it's only one. Yeah, it's one infrastructure. So, since we are going to end up beefing up the Kuwait task force, we are going to need that extra infrastructure. And why we have 5 divisions piled in the area with the worst infrastructure, I will never understand. You need to go over there. Good God, man. Who's that commander? Savat Kablani Pasha? Man, use your brain. Use your brain cells. This is... God, drives me nuts. Just little things like that. Okay. This guy belongs to the army of Tripoli. So let's reassign him there. And you guys are stacking up again, and I don't like that. So we have an empty spot right over here for you, bub. Get to it. And you guys are still stacked up. And you know what? That's fine, but let's actually spread that stack out a little because we're going to get attacked by the French from this border. So, and we'll put you here since that's cavalry. We got 2 cavalry divisions, which are still really weak. What do our cavalry divisions look like? I thought we beefed them up. We did, but they're still only 10 combat width. Do I even want to bother? No, I'm going to leave the cavalry divisions as they are because we are going to phase them out, actually, in favor of our armored car divisions. So, this guy I'm going to convert right now into infantry division. It's going to take them a while, and they're going to need to go in the training army because they're going to have a massive influx of new soldiers, which will degrade their experience. So put them back in the training army. Now, what do we want to do? We are being influenced with dirty democratic ideals. So is there anybody here we can replace to be an authoritarian guy? We don't want to get rid of the political power gain. Ideological crusader. Yeah. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna leave that for now. And we're gonna build up our political power. So I'm gonna get rid of that. Now, it is the 3rd of January, so we are able to do infrastructure effort 3, excuse me, to get our infrastructure here. That will save us from having to build there. And I think I did have one set up to build there. No, I did not. That's for Tripoli or Tripolitania. So yeah, we gotta hurry up and get these civilian factories built. We desperately need them, guys. Okay. Quick pause here. Let's look at this. We are in the green on a lot of equipment, but also very much in the red on others. We can scale down the artillery. However, we're less than a month away from getting our artillery 2s, our upgraded artillery, which is going to be... we have that earlier than other countries, I think, because we decided to do it like with about half a year ahead of time. But for now, we can scale this back by 2, and I'm going to add 1 factory to support equipment and 1 to horse-drawn vehicles. So maybe, just maybe, we can start to get this a little less ridiculous because it's really, really hurting our divisions here. Yeah, see, I really want to get this armored car out, but they have 0 support equipment. They have all their field guns, which is good. Okay, good. So that division finished training. So where is he going to be? All right, so let's see. We got 5 divisions in the training army. So we're starting to get this under control, but we do need to get our port defense units and we need to get them fast. They're not training nearly fast enough. So let's see how our Navy's doing. We got a new destroyer. Oh, that's not new. That guy's experienced. Good. Good to know. Okay, and we got 2 submarines ready to go here. And there's 2 more left that are in the training fleet. Excuse me. And so I'm going to divvy those up. 1 to each of our subfleets. We got Wolfpack Alpha, Wolfpack Bravo, and a very pathetic template started for possibly a glorious navy in about 20 years. Which, I don't know if what you guys want to get out of this series. I would actually like your input. Because I can go all the way to World War I after the Treaty of Versailles. You know, that's not an issue. It's going to be probably like a 100-episode series. But I was thinking, hey, you know, I haven't actually done that in game. I've never played all the way to World War I. It just kind of seemed ridiculous. And plus the interwar periods as Germany gets pretty boring, especially if you don't get your way at the if the Treaty of Versailles happens. I basically just played until it was a stalemate. It was still a lot of fun, but you know, it's not something I would do again as Germany. However, the Ottoman Empire is a different story. You know, I may play this suit to an entire world domination. I mean, that would be fun. Except for conquering Russia. Nobody wins when you conquer Russia. Except, you know, they have a great deal of resources. So, all right, that is good for there. Now, we did finish a couple of focuses which gave us some air bases. We got one right outside of our capital. We don't have any down here, and we don't have any in Asia Minor yet. What I was hoping... Here. Perfect. This is what I would like. I think, actually, that's not in our territory. But here we got an air base finally, so we can put these planes out where they belong. We got a flight of 55 planes. And as you can see, with these like very early scout planes, what you can do a little bit of everything. All right, the Qing Dynasty took 11 states. Republic of China was annexed. Good for them. Actually, I do want to take a look at that. What does that look like over here now? Oh, wow. Okay, so all of China is now the Qing Dynasty. And what are they? Excellent. They are authoritarian, so we are aligned with them. As a matter of fact, I would like to improve relations with them, but I'm not going to do that just yet. Speaking of that, how are we doing here? With Persia, they think plus 90 of us. Russia... We're trading a lot of steel with Russia, which makes me nervous because they are going to get attacked. So I might start to get that through Austria-Hungary. So we're going to improve relations here with Austria-Hungary because we do want to be in the Central Powers. And we want everybody in the Central Powers to like us, hopefully. Now, there's no point in improving relations or really doing anything with Britain. I mean, we could, if you guys wanted, but it's not going to help. We're going to war with them. Now, Oman, if I remember right, yeah, also a pawn of the British. I'm going to improve relations with them. Because I might have some trickery up my sleeve for those guys later on, but not just yet. So... let's see, what can we do here? I'm actually... No, we don't need to do that. And we don't... Our stability is actually really good. Promises of peace grants you good stability, but it takes down the weekly war support and all that. But what we can do, since we're being invaded by the Liberal Entente, Democratic, what I'm going to do... What if I... Okay, institute press censorship. That's the one I want to do. Because if you ban Democratic parties, that affects stability, and we do not want to do that, although the effect is more immediate. So we're going to do this. Censor the press. Keep our authoritarianism going, and going good. Okay. So this is... Our units are training. Of course, it's a matter of equipment, and that's fine. So... let's take one last look at our production, see what's happening here. Yeah, we just need a lot more of everything. Guys, we are... Oof. Oh, right. So what I actually should be doing here... Oh my god, guys, I'm so embarrassed that I didn't catch this. We have the early fighter. We have the early fighter now. And since we do have a small bit of air experience, let's go ahead and give them better weapons. And that's going to use up all of it. It's going to hurt reliability, fine. You know, we can deal with that. But let's start to produce them. And since we can't, I mean, we can. I really don't want to take many more out of this. How close are we to finishing artillery 2? 6 days. So yeah, I'm not going to take away any more of the artillery military factories. What we need to do is get this stuff done. And you know what? I might only actually build one civilian factory for now so we can get these other military factories in progress and working correctly. So back to our planes. These guys, you are going to train because they are rookies. And that is a minus, just a huge debuff for these guys. But like I was saying, they can do close air support, very weak at it. They can bomb ships, very weak at it. They can do port strikes, also very weak at it. They are kind of jack of all trades. I mean, look at their stats. It's 0.01 for all of their attack. Not necessarily proud of these guys, but I'm proud that we finally have an Air Force fielded guys. I mean, is that not finally awesome? It only took us, what, 20 episodes? What are we up to now? 13. Okay, so these guys are low on supply. So that means we have to really prioritize this infrastructure here. Because there's enough incoming from all the ports that we have in North Africa. It's just a matter of the infrastructure to get it there. So we, guys, amazingly have Field Artillery 2 early. And we're not going to do that. As a matter of fact, we are going to start to build some heavy artillery as well. We are going to need that to break through the lines. But first, is there anything else we should be researching? I really like the gas mask. Infantry defense plus 10, re-equipped infantry defense plus 10%, which means we're going to have to swap out, we're going to have to mess with our division design. And that's okay. So, yeah, it's a year, about 2 years ahead of time. We're not about to get any tanks, but let's see what we can do in industry and engineering. I'm tempted to do this right here, the engineering drawing, because that we are starting to build some mechanized, motorized things now. Trench excavation. Do we really want that? I don't think we do. It's still early for our planes. Once we get a focus boost on the research, then we will research that. But for now, the most important thing to me is land doctrine. So we are going to do that because that's plus 15% breakthrough, plus 10% soft attack. We have to be kings on the lands. We may be a little bit floppy in the sea and air. Fine. I don't care. But we're going to make it. So we are going to... Oh boy, this is going to be... Okay, let's make it. Early artillery. We do have plenty of armored cars. Because we're making 1.10 a day. And how are we doing down here? So we are about to start another armored car division. So I'm going to leave that production alone. So let's get back to it. Because we got some time to pass here. Yeah, I really want to get... I don't want to take attrition in North Africa. So... What is this, 7 February? That will finish, our civilian factory will finish in 3 days, and then we will get the infrastructure in Tripoli knocked out. Then the plan is to get these military factories built. I want at least 5 more, because we are also going to start building heavy artillery. And we are going to design specialized units for that, which I would like to actually do now, just to show you guys what I have in mind, and maybe you could show me what you guys think. So we're going to create empty, and we are going to call it heavy artillery regiments, because it's not going to be the size of a full division. These are going to be smaller regiments with heavy artillery that I can move around and put where I need them the most to support other infantry divisions. So we're going to go with this regiment. I like the idea of portability, and make sure that took. All right, we now have motorized ambulance, which we will get to in a minute. What are the details on that? Right, that was our recovery rate. So we will choose a new technology shortly. First, let's get this division designed. So what we're going to do, 3 heavy artillery battalions. 1, actually, let's give them 2 infantry. So that if they do get caught out by enemy division, they can at least stand up to them until help arrives. I don't want them to be just artillery. That's a sure way to find yourself in disaster. Engineer company, we are doing that because that ups their breakthrough even more. I mean, look at the soft attack on this division, 90. That is huge. So we are going to do an engineer company, and we are going to heavy artillery. Let's do that. All right. And that's what it's going to look like for now. We're going to save that. And what does that require? 54 heavy artillery pieces per regiment. Great. So we will start producing those as well momentarily. So we just got the motorized ambulance. We could do early motorized, but I would rather do the gas mask right now, since we are not getting the penalty for it being way too early. Excellent. Okay, I'm starting to get happy with all this. I'm starting to get very happy with all this. So, all right, what do we got here? These guys will be trained in no time. And do we need anything else? My priority immediately right now is to make sure that the Army of Tripoli has all of their provinces covered and that they don't need additional forces, which it looks like they do not. So that makes me happy there. Next, we desperately need to at least man this border, if not get a assault force, because Egypt will just march right through the Levant here, take Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, Beirut, up to Syria. Not going to have that. So, what is this guy? Okay, infantry division. So time for yet a new army. And it will be the Egyptian task force. I know I got a lot of armies here. That's why we're so spread out. But that's just the nature of the map right now. We have a lot of borders to man and not a lot to do it with. So, Egypt task force. And who are we going to give to you? Let's try Ismail Enver Pasha. See what the man can do. Okay, their front line is going to be right there. And while we're at it, guys, let's start to draw our offensive lines. And for, the Russian front, let's get, this is what we're aiming for, right there. To make that the new front line. Alright, is everyone assigned to that? Excellent. Okay, we're going to take the Kuwait task force. Give them an offensive line right here. Get them prepping. Where else? I mean, I can do it here. Guys, I really don't know what to do with Romania. I mean, it's possible that they just do nothing. They just stay neutral the whole time, but I would rather take them over once the world tension gets to a place where we're allowed to start justifying attacking people. So who are we improving relations with? Oman. Germany, I think we're meant with. They would let us in, but we need 5% more world tension. Which is really annoying. I mean, we're right there. But no matter. They will probably ask me to join once the war kicks off. So who do we got here? That's right, guys. We also need to create a small force to come and attack Cyprus. Which... Okay, let's get this division out. Get the next one in the queue. These guys are not done training. That's okay. I don't care. And what are you missing? 30 support equipment. I want to start getting these divisions out and trained. So yeah, these two are rookie. Get you into the training army. We'll put you in the new army group. Okay. So, I am getting satisfied with our progress here. I think we are going to be okay. At least in the opening moves. It's only February of 1914. So we do have some time. Which I'm really grateful for because, I mean... we need to build a lot. And I might actually start to prioritize some of the trenches for North Africa, just to make sure that our little brilliant plan here to starve the enemy is going to be effective. So, you know what? Let's move... yeah. We're going to move... no, just 2 military factories to the bottom. The trenches only take, what is it, 500, I believe? Okay. Yeah, they cost 800 to build the initial trench. Not much. That can be done in a matter of, like, a week or two, I believe. So, I'm going to do one last check on our production. Make sure that we are leaving ourselves in a... I mean, a beneficial situation, but again... oh boy. We're just bad everywhere. We have a little bit of some things and hardly any of others. So it's off balance. It's screwed up, but we guys are going to fix it. Do not worry. We will continue on. I need your guys' input on the best way to proceed here because I have a lot of angles to cover. And there's a very good chance, since I am Mike Tannick after all, that... I am not seeing everything. So please, guys, help me out if you see anything. And if you enjoyed this, I would love for you to consider subscribing. It helps a lot. And just join the conversation. Get in on the advice. Everybody's got their own opinion on how to best approach this. But everything will be taken into consideration. I love you guys for watching. I will see you next time on the battlefield. Bye-bye.